Hi everyone, this is Rakshita Dwivedi from HR Thoughts, and we are yet again with another show of Rambling Recruiter Share the HR Thoughts. So, I'm sure you must have seen the last two videos which we shared on Facebook recruiting and blogging. And so we were actually thinking about what to get back, or what to bring on next. So me and Kunjal, we thought that why not to talk about LinkedIn? So here we are talking about yet another social media platform on LinkedIn. So the topic is that how we can make LinkedIn work for you. And yes, that's what we want to discuss today, that how we can actually use LinkedIn, or you can use LinkedIn as a user, and how it can actually work for you. So without wasting much of time, let's start the show. And let me just quickly welcome online Kunjal. So Kunjal, how you doing?
Yeah, doing great, Rakshita, and it was really good to hear positive feedbacks from the previous two shows. And thanks to you, I've got the calls from around 4 or 5 friends who started blogging. So that's a good
Uh-huh.
news after watching the show.
Wow, wow, that's wonderful. In fact, I also had a couple of friends who started blogging. So I'm not sure whether it was because of the show, but they of course started blogging. So as long as they're blogging, they're happy. So let's assume the show is having a good impact. But yeah, I'm glad that people are watching the show and we're getting tips on the show, and we just hoping so. Those who are watching the show for the first time, guys, we are both HR professionals and we are into active blogging, and we are trying to bring in all of our experiences and our learnings on social media and HR domain to share it with you all and learn from each other. So as we said, today's topic is going to be how to make LinkedIn work for you. So I will start with saying that if you talk about one social media platform, so LinkedIn is one of the most popular platforms. I mean, you would find everybody saying the moment you ask them, are you there on social media? They would, yeah, definitely say yes, I'm there on LinkedIn. I mean, they might not be actively there on Facebook or Twitter or any other social media platform, but LinkedIn is one which people generally say that they're there. Right. So um, of course, it has been there before, even before Facebook or Twitter or such channels came in. So I would ask this question from you, Kunjal, that now we know that people are using social media, but then I don't know that what exactly is importance of LinkedIn in our life as a professional. I mean, it is a professional networking platform, but how important it is? If you can share, some piece there.
Yeah, I mean, just for starters, is LinkedIn is nothing but your new professional identity. That's how we as HR professional term it. And maybe just some stats around it. We have around 332 million users across 200 countries. That's huge. But when we talk about India, around 28 million users are having a profile on LinkedIn. And maybe if we compare it with, say, the job portals that we have, Naukri and Monster, there are also close to around 38 or 39 million users each. So yes, LinkedIn is definitely a business-oriented social networking service, as they mention it. But yeah, I mean, you would be surprised to know that we do not get head of VPs or HR heads or HR managers or maybe senior profiles or maybe CXO levels. We do not get it on any job portal. But if you go on LinkedIn, almost everyone is there. So yes, it definitely gives a hint in terms of what the importance of LinkedIn is. And the sooner the better, an individual must have a profile on LinkedIn because at the end of the day, it's nothing but his professional identity online.
That's right. That's right. In fact, that's very true. I mean, that's your, like you said, it's your profile, your online resume, with LinkedIn. And there's so many features which actually helps you enhance your profile in LinkedIn. So, my next question, where, I mean, so I would like to understand from Kunjal, and of course, if you can share his experience on what features in LinkedIn, bring in value. So, if I talk about features, let's say, I personally find the recommendation very good in terms of one of the features of LinkedIn, because it helps me enhance my profile. It also helps establish a kind of endorsement on whatever work I've mentioned in the profile. So if I say 10 people are writing recommendations for me, it definitely holds a lot of value. So like that, LinkedIn has a lot of features which people can use. So what are those features, Kunjal, which you would like to suggest to the viewers, which are very important and they should actually, actively use it?
Yeah, with reference to features, yes, there are many features that people ideally should use, but we as recruiters are only restricted to the advanced section area wherein we search resumes. But apart from that, my favorite one would be the LinkedIn publishing platform. That's an ideal way to start blogging. We had covered this in a previous show, but I just thought to
Mm-hmm,
repeat again. It's nothing but to helps you to give a platform to share your thoughts about your core work. So maybe if you are an HR,
mm-hmm,
you would like to share your thoughts about a particular topic. And the
mm-hmm,
best part of LinkedIn publishing platform is you already have a set of followers, so you don't need to
mm-hmm,
create an audience. So that's an
mm-hmm,
interesting feature that one can use. Talking about news, information, pulse. I know, I mean, not many of us or many of the recruiters or HR professionals have not seen what pulse is or where it is because we are always engrossed in searching all the time resumes and all. But Pulse, yes, it's a great feature of getting latest news and trends, maybe related to your industry. It could be any topic. It could be accounting. It could be IT, big data, manufacturing, etc. I mean, there are a huge number of topics that have been covered, and you can get real-time trends in terms of the industry where it is going. The next would be education, which again is an interesting feature. It's also known as university, right? So it's kind of an
mm-hmm,
alumni of top business schools around the globe, and also includes a lot of business schools in India, the IITs and
mm-hmm,
IIMs. So it's an amazing place where you can get insights related to alumni, where they are currently working. So, for example, you
mm-hmm,
will be surprised if you type any business school, you get to know
mm-hmm,
the number of people who have passed out from that college or university, where they are currently
mm-hmm,
working, what they actually
mm-hmm,
do, and where they live. So it gives you a free statistic in terms of what they are actually doing. So maybe if you find 50% of them are working in HR profile or maybe 10% into marketing. So it's an amazing
mm-hmm,
feature wherein I guess it's most underutilized because not many are
mm-hmm,
using it. But yeah,
mm-hmm.
these three top things I guess we as HR professionals should definitely do it.
Wow, wow, that's very interesting. So here we know that LinkedIn is just not about uh, sharing status messages or putting profiles. It has a lot to do, lot more than probably your CV. So I know that there are a lot of people on LinkedIn. So the moment I say, "Are you there on LinkedIn?" people would generally say, "Yes, I'm there on LinkedIn." But if I go and visit their profiles, I would see incomplete profiles, and I don't think so. They've actually finished the profiles as per what probably recommended by LinkedIn. So LinkedIn has a very interesting feature of telling you how much percentage of profile has been finished. So that is a very good way to actually make sure that whether you're putting all the information which is relevant for your profile on LinkedIn or not. So I would recommend that you should try to make sure that you're at least reaching, if not 100%, 90%. And there are a lot of ways you can, enhance your profile. You can make it interesting. You can put slide shares, like Kunji said. You can put in your blog pieces through publishing platform. That's another piece which I have started, myself, that to use the publishing piece. So if you're an active blogger, you can actually put in your blog pieces there itself with your blog link, so people can actually go back to your blogs also and see from there. Otherwise, if you're fond of creating YouTubes like how we do, you can put that as well, on your LinkedIn platform. So all what you can actually do to build your brand on LinkedIn, because you never know who is watching your LinkedIn profile. It could be a future, a potential candidate or a potential employee. It could be anybody, right? So people always look out for passive candidates where they look out to connect with recruiters, to HR professionals. So whether you're an end user or a employer, as in a recruiter, you should try to make the profile as complete as possible, as informative as possible. Talk about your job profile properly, mention the things what you've done, because that's what it is all about. And trust me, if you have all those things in a places, nobody would even ask about your resume when you go for an interview, because you'll get a direct call from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
They would not, you don't have to go through a Naukri portal, or rather, let me just not name any portal, any other portal, to post your resume and look for wait for a recruiter's call. I think you would get directly calls, and your job hunt is going to be very, very smooth, I'm sure you would agree with that point, Kunjal.
Yeah, definitely. As I mentioned, LinkedIn is your professional identity. I mean, you need to ideally take time to prepare it. It's as good as your resume.
Right.
Candidates, for example, do not ideally be always on LinkedIn, right? I mean, unlike Facebook and Twitter, but they
Yeah.
do not forget that we as recruiters or HR professionals are always on LinkedIn searching you, right? So you never know at
Yeah.
what point of time we might connect with you in terms of maybe not immediate, but maybe future opportunities. Maybe some basic points would be which is very basic, but I mean, I guess most of them do not give that much of serious thought, is about your professional photograph, right? I've seen many
Right.
having Facebook photographs on LinkedIn, which ideally is a no-no because that's
Right.
not how we like to present. Because if you are terming it as a professional networking site, then ideally your photograph should be quite professional.
Okay.
Your professional headline. I mean, I've seen a lot of creative headlines on their bio. I mean, resumes that they have, but don't forget to mention that your core job that you are doing, right? So based on that, can recruiters will be searching you. Contact details, yes, I understand. LinkedIn has not made it mandatory for you to enter the contact details because if they do it, then there's no difference between any job portal and LinkedIn. I know it's kind
Right.
of an exclusive stage that they'd like to present itself, but yes, they have every right to do that. So it's your choice. But with reference to contact details, there are a lot of options that you have. You can put your blog URL, you can put your Twitter handle, you can sync it with your LinkedIn profile. You can even have your WeChat ID. That's an amazing.
Okay. Uh, Kunjal, I think we got muted.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you got muted. You're getting muted.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Now, yeah, now it's fine. Now it's fine. You're getting muted again, again.
Okay. Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay. Yeah.
We
Uh,
lost you when you were telling us about WeChat.
okay.
You
Yes.
can repeat that
WeChat.
again.
LinkedIn has an amazing feature wherein you can put your WeChat ID. That's easier. Real time, you can connect with the prospective candidate. I've heard a lot of people talking about in a lot of blogs about WeChat in terms of how China users are using it. So it's very useful in terms of connecting with each other. That's real time. So that's a good
Okay.
feature that recruiters will be able to reach you very quickly. And maybe if you're blogging, we talked about LinkedIn publishing section, which will add
Mm-hmm.
value to your profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing that also is my favorite in terms of I rather normally encourage recruiters to join as many groups as possible because when you join groups, it increases your search results, right?
Right.
Obviously, there's only 50 groups that you can join, but you can join a
Mm-hmm.
group, then add, and then again remove. So that's up to you how you manage it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, recommendations, yes, amazing. You have to, I mean, typically give a lot of information. Unlike a typical resume that we have in Word format, I just get to know basic details that we've taught since childhood that you have to enter this, you have to enter this. But when you look at the LinkedIn profile, it gives you a different perspective of an individual altogether. Apart from
Right.
professional skills, obviously, when you talk about someone, your manager or your colleague praising about you, right? So you get to know whether he's a good team player, is it a positive attitude, quick learner, self learner? All those things you normally get through a LinkedIn profile. So I would
Right.
normally suggest and encourage people to complete their LinkedIn profile and maybe I'm not saying to be always active it, but at least once in a while do visit your profile.
That's right. That's very true. I mean, that's in fact a very interesting point that most of the social media platforms have is that people create sign up. Don't just create a profile for the heck of signing up, right? Use it, engage with the platform, try to connect with the you can always read articles from the influencers which keep coming there. There are quite good, interesting articles that come on LinkedIn. You should connect with people, interact with people. There could be messages coming on your inbox. Try to respond them. So they're almost like an inbox, right? So those are basic etiquette which you should imbibe as a person who's using a social media platform regularly. And this definitely helps you to connect in longer term. All the social media platform, whether it is LinkedIn or anything, they have, you would get the benefits if you invest time, right? So you have to invest time if you want benefit out of it. You just can't, it is not a one day exercise that today you create an account and you will you'll start seeing the benefits of it. It's a time. It takes time. There's a cycle which goes on, and then eventually you start reaping benefits. So it's never late to start. You can always begin from, if you've not created the LinkedIn account, this is the time you should do it. And I'm sure anybody who's listening to this would be having a LinkedIn account. Hopefully they would start using it in a better manner now. So I think we covered a lot of points today, Kunjal. We spoke about why LinkedIn is important. We spoke about certain very important features which people should look into on LinkedIn, and we also spoke about what they should focus on in their personal profiles when they're actually uploading their LinkedIn. So I'm sure there's quite a takeaway today from today's chat, and we'll be coming back again with. We were thinking that we'll have two more sessions in LinkedIn where we'll actually talk about, one would be specifically for end users, another could be specifically for recruiters, so that they can see how we can use LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anything towards the end, Kunjal, you would like to say, and then maybe we can start.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just think that, I mean, it's your professional identity. I mean, the more you invest time in it, the more it will reap benefits. So yeah, I mean, just don't open it and leave it. I know. I mean, the same case with you posting a profile on job portals, but at the end of the day, you have to keep updating to stay relevant. The same thing goes with your skills. So if your skills are updated, then definitely it should reflect in your resume also. So don't miss out on that.
That's right. That's right. Great. It was great chatting with you, Kunjal, and I'm sure I did learn a couple of things, new things as always, and I'm sure everybody would have learned. So so guys, if you're looking forward to networking information, social networking information, keep watching the space. We'll be back again with another session. And till then, keep watching, and yeah, do share your feedback with us. All right. Bye. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye. Take care.